instance, my son took me to I mean, she wants to convert to Judaism. I mean, she will be in the
Not Jamie.
No, the other one. There's two. They're both Janet Lee's daughter, and they're both actresses. Yeah.
Wow.
But she's not as famous as Jamie Lee Curtis. She looks a lot different now. She's like, I think she's like 70 something.
Okay.
But it was, if you heard that so far. Yes, the guy who, the whiskey. That's very important in Federation. So his widow there. I'm sure.
Changing it up, changing it up.
Shabbat Shalom and welcome. Some are having schnapps in the sukkah, other places, and sushi in the sukkah.
Pizza in the hut.
Ours is more like snow in the sukkah. This is why I got all dressed up for when we go outside. We'll all be warm. We will be going outside for half of the service, so I had that opportunity.
Not half.
And we have plenty of really good sukkah food, so if you're hungry in the middle of this, please get up and want some coffee or a snack or something else. We begin with the lighting of our candles, and Sharon, if you'd like to say. May the Shabbat candles that we now light inspire us to see justly and gently, but honestly and with kindness, to see what's holy in each other.
Let's see,
to still stream it and welcome everyone from all over that are watching us. We continue the bottom of page 4, Lord of Parables. Hine Matalu, how good and pleasant it is to be together.
And it is so good and so beautiful that we are here together on this Shabbat and Sukkot evening, feeling like we're right inside of our sukkah, even though it's a little bit colder out there than it is in here. So please take just a moment to introduce yourself or to say Shabbat Shalom to someone sitting nearby.
Page 8 will continue responsibly with our family prayer. May we never take for granted the gift of Shabbat as we sit nestled in the Rocky Mountains, sharing this humble moment with family and friends. The satisfaction of celebrating Shabbat, hearten our spirits, let Shabbat peace bring quiet to our souls. Allow this time set aside for song and prayer bring us closer together in thoughts and deeds. Let the space we share be harmonious and devotion. Along with reverence to go with our tradition. May the end of this week encourage us to examine our actions. Let us look ahead toward the new week. Be worthy of all of God's blessings. The top of page 8 as we welcome the angels of peace. Shalom.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei
From here, as we get that view, as we think about as Sunday night, we lift our eyes to the mountains. Where does our help come? Page 12 is what you're the 16th century to Shabbat, centering mysticism within Judaism. L'chado di, we welcome the Sabbath bride, 8:16. We are to face the door. So greet the seventh bride when we rise, the bottom of page 18.
Whoa,
prayer, where he says that you should go outside. Oh, you will. When you go outside amongst the trees and the grasses, there you're amongst God. You really are speaking one-on-one with God. Page 22, Rav Nachman's prayer.
Adonai, grant me the ability to be alone. May it be my custom to go out each day.
use that prayer and it works for Sukkot. That was great. Thank you very much. Well, as we turn to page 23 from the Boston Globe, 1921, the column of Dr. Crane says. And Dr. Crane says he has the greatest reading scores just for today, and Scott, our special guest today, is going to lead us responsibly. Nice and loudly for all of us.
Sure. Just for today, I will live one day only, forgetting yesterday and tomorrow, and not trying to solve the whole problem of life at once.
Just for today, I'll be unafraid of life and death, unafraid to enjoy the beautiful and be happy. People are as happy as they make up their minds to be.
Just for today, I will adjust myself to what is, and not try to adjust everything to suit me. If I cannot have what I like, I will try to like what I have.
Just for today, I'll be agreeable, cheerful, charitable. Do my best, praise people for what they can do, not criticize them for what they cannot do. If I find fault, I'll forgive it. I'll try not to approve or regulate anybody except myself.
Just for today, I will have a plan. I may not follow it exactly, but I will have one. It will save me from worry, hurry, and indecision.
Just for today, I'll get people off my nerves, not get on theirs. Appreciate them for what they do and what they are.
Just for today, I will not show if my feelings are hurt.
Just for today, I'll spend a little time for quiet to relax and realize what life is and can be. Time to think about God and get a better perspective of myself.
Just for today, I will look at life with fresh eyes and discover the wonder of it. I will know that as I give to the world, so the world will give to me.
Thank you. And I don't want to forget that we're welcoming, some people have like Super Bowl parties and Valentine's, but we have a Shabbat party in Texas. So there's a large group of Dallas that are all sitting around watching our service. There you are. Yes. So we welcome you. Page 24, our call to worship.
Please rise. Yai, la, 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 la. Yai, la, 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 la. Yai, la, 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 la. Yai, la, 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 la. Yai, la, 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 la. This is our part.
It's not in our book though, but you will learn the words. Aniviata, and it talks about I and you won't be released. Maybe slowly teach the words as we sing.
Alright. Ani ve'ata nishaneh et ha'olam. You and I will change the world. Ani ve'ata nishaneh et ha'olam. Let's try it together. Ready? Ani ve'ata nishaneh et ha'olam. Ani ve'ata. Ani ve'ata. Az yavo, far, Amru, as they go.
And next week, our prayers should be very different with all the hostages that would be free, and we can take away our sign and no longer have to read a prayer for the release of our. Here's the microphone.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Malchuto Le'olam V'amed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha u'chol nafshecha u'bechol me'otecha ve'hayu hagarim la'elan asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam la'necha v'dibarta bam v'shitacha v'beitecha U'leftecha derech, u'shachbecha u'kumecha, u'shartam le'od hayadecha, ve'hayu etadavot bein einecha, u'ktatam al mezuzot beitecha, u'isharecha, leman tizkeru ma'asitam et kol mitzvotai, V'tem kedoshim le'loyechem, Ani Adonai Elohechem, Asher hotziti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, liot lachem Elohim, Ani Adonai Elohechem.
This should be the last Friday that I'm reading this prayer. I just keep scratching out how many days for 2 years and how many days the hostages were being held. On this Shabbat evening, we seek peace and comfort and shield us from the hatred and destruction that plague so many corners of our world and console those in need. Shomer Yisrael, guardian of Israel, we called by Hamas and held captive now for 729 days. May it be your will speedily and soon to bring them out of darkness, the shadow of death. Give continued strength to the IDF to deliver them from danger back to the loving embrace of their dear ones next week. May the verses of Isaiah ring true. Those delivered by God will be returned to Zion with everlasting joy. Ashkivenu, page 34.
Shelter us in place, shelter us in peace, shelter us in love, shelter us in love, shelter us in place, shelter us in peace, shelter us in love, shelter us in love. We're asking God to please shelter us in a sukkah of peace, a sukkot shalom, that we and everyone who is not free right now feel the safety and warm community that we have the privilege of feeling here tonight. Shelter us in place, shelter us in peace, shelter us in love, shelter us in love, shelter us in place.
thoughts that are going on through the minds of those in captive, knowing that, God willing, they'll be free after this weekend, and how they're spending this Shabbat, or the families are spending Shabbat. But our hearts are with them all. As we join in with Shabbat, thinking about on the seventh day God rested, page 36. There are those in our community who are in need of healing, of body, mind, or spirit. If you have a person in your life in need of healing, please feel free in just a moment to share their name aloud. As we continue, page 38, you should blessings for full healing to Ronnie Baker, Gail Balin, Sue Beiser, Blanche Deutsch, Chris Eldridge, and Mary Ellens. Caroline Finn, Sherry Frank, Barbara Goldberg, Deborah Goldberg, Elaine Grabowski, Mark Grabowski, and Lori Hellman. Mike Herman, Ronnie Hess, Jody Israel, Ray Avery, Harriet Jaffe, Sharon Camber, Mary Sue Katz, Herman Keek, Bill Krasnow, Judith Landau, Barbara Myers, and Stephen Reese. Bruce Rogers, Bill Silvers, B. Sklarowitz, Dina Stempler, Debbie Stetzler, Merle Steyer, Alan Tannenbaum, Richard Taxman, Donna Weinstock, and Jerry Weinstock.
Your voice is way too pretty for that.
יתגדל ויקדש שמי רבה, ועמדי בקרתי ועמכמחותי.
Ve'chayehon v'yorehon u'chayedecho et Yisrael. Magala u'bizman karim v'yimaru. Amen.
Yeshmei Rabba mevarach, ve'alam olam me'omayah yitbarach. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'roma menaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitaleh shemei d'kusha v'reichel ve'elam min kol berchata v'shirata.
Shefata v'nechemata da'amir ha'melma v'yimaru. Amen.
Maybe seated for just a moment. We're going to be going into the Sukkot. That's why I have all my winter clothes on. We'll be doing that for the rest of the service in a moment. But we thought there'd be 3 or 4 people coming in this weather. And before I say anything else about our Sukkot, Janet did it
With Lisa stuff.
with Lisa Stone. And it's beautiful. Wait till you go outside and see. It's really,
And 2 friends from Israel.
yes, and they were.
That was awesome.
It was your family from Israel that came and attached. It was wonderful. And also we have what, the 7 species that represent Sukkot. So we don't want to take all that food home. So please. On the holiday, it's a holiday tradition only on Sukkot. And I think it's just so interesting. They say Zman Simchatenu on Sukkot. It's the only time we get to say that. The season of our rejoicing. So the question was asked, aren't we supposed to rejoice on Rosh Hashanah, Purim, Simchas Torah? And they said no. On Sukkot, we find more specific instructions in the Torah. On the first day, you should take the fruit of the Hadar tree. We don't know what that fruit was supposed to be, but we think this is what was in the Garden of Eden, not an apple. That's citron. And you're supposed to take that fruit, the branches of the palm, the boughs of the leafy trees, the willows of the brook, and rejoice with God for 7 days. Now, what I found interesting is it doesn't say that you're supposed to be happy on this holiday, but it says we'll be doing it in a moment, and you walk with the etrog around the synagogue, or in our case, will be in the sukkah. Now, Maimonides, who was a 12th century philosopher and rabbi, he devotes a whole section of his writings just to how you should rejoice in the 12th century, and it applies to us today. He said, on these days, a person should do happy and be in good spirits. He, his children, his wife, the members of the household, all will depend upon each other within the family structure. He offers 3 reasons for happiness. The first, he says, rejoicing is about doing things that give us pleasure, not to do things that you take for granted. Good food, a little wine, and gifts that affect our state of mind. The commentators had a great deal to talk about what makes our state of mind pleasurable. But he also tells them to enjoy it in a special way. You're supposed to enjoy all these things in the presence of God. So the head of the household must only take care of his own needs, his or her needs, but he has the responsibility to make the closest around that person and around their family happy. So next, Maimonides says to care for your home and your loved ones, not to take the needs of others for granted. This is possibly, I think, the most important lesson out of Sukkot, because Maimonides teaches us a simcha is not what you get, but it's what you give away. So you can't experience this spiritual joy if you know that others are suffering. So people in his time only had to worry about the people in their town and immediate vicinity. But if Chaim was hungry, he said, how could they sit down at a meal, eat the meal, and have any kind of joy? So today, I mean, the internet brings the whole world into our home. It's more difficult to rejoice, I think, with all the suffering we know that's going around the world. So Maimonides adds one more. This is his final thought. Not to take anything for granted in life. Good food, clothes, a chance to be with family and friends. Those are things which we have, but never take it for granted. He tells us to enjoy the good things in life, but remember, real joy is not what we have, but who we are and how we live. And the real meaning of the expression of simchat mitzvah, well, it comes from finding joy in every moment. So I think the idea of happiness is a mitzvah. It's extraordinary. A mitzvah we have, the good deed happens throughout the year. But it's not something that happens to us occasionally. Something we have to cultivate. And we talk about this through our actions, through our attitudes, and our efforts. So when any of us eat and drink in celebration, especially with this holiday, we're obligated to feed the strangers, take care of the orphans, the widows, and anyone who is destitute or poor. That's the real message of finding joy within Sukkot. So the Vilna Gaon, he was a 19th century rabbinic scholar, he commented, he says, to rejoice before God on Sukkot, he found to be the most difficult mitzvah to fulfill in the Torah. He said, as I approach Sukkot, I know what it's meant to me and what it should mean to be happy and rejoice, enjoying yourself while thinking of others. And that's how he was able to celebrate and rejoice on this holiday, and to not take any other day for granted, or any of our loved ones for granted either. And we are going to enjoy the Sukkot now.
In just a couple minutes.
We're going to do that special song.
Well, yeah, 2 years ago, Colleen and I were on our album writing retreat out at State Bridge on Sukkot, and we did not have a lulav and etrog with us, and so we wrote this song. What do you do when you gotta make do, but you don't have a lot? What do you do when you gotta make do with the things that you got? What do you do when you gotta make do, but you don't have a lot? What do you do when you gotta make do with the things that you got? It's Sukkot in the mountains. Myrtle just won't grow here. Willow and palm, they would freeze. And Trump doesn't like crisp cold hair. So what do you do when you gotta make do? You just take a look around. What do you do when you gotta make do? You make do with the things that you found. Brush of sage could be our myrtle. Branch of spruce will hold strong. The aspen tree could be our willow. With a peach hedgerow, you can't go wrong. So what do you do when you gotta make do? You just take a look around. What do you do when you gotta make do? You make do with the things that you found. Now we take what we have gathered, join together once again. For we know the earth sustains us. They through our days. So what do you do when you gotta make do, but you don't have a lot? What do you do when you gotta make do? You make do with the things that you got. What do you do when you gotta make do? You just take a look around. What do you do when you gotta make do? You make do with the things that you found.
And if you'd like to hear more music like that next summer, we're making every effort possible to bring the music makers together, so Colleen would come and join with the show, and we'll have the whole summer together to make music and maybe do things with what we've got. Will they
That's
do it?
right.
So any of you that want to help us we're always looking, that's a little plug for all of that. But thank you, we'd love to see it. One other thing that I was going to mention before is if any of you get out to Oahu in Pearl Harbor, and I know they're watching, when I did services out there for High Holidays, I'd stayed through Sukkot, and I said, so what do you do for Lulav and Etrog? And they said, they have it. They have a gigantic etrog tree growing that they planted 20, 30 years ago. It's spectacular. The etrog are, they're like grapefruits, but it's beautiful. And then you cut down a palm, you walk by the creek, you get the other stuff. It's so simple when you're living in Hawaii, isn't it?
So in just a moment, we are going to have a little moment of silent personal reflection. We're going to do our silent Amidah. And before we do that, we'll start with Adonai Svatai Titach. And I'd like to invite you, when you feel so moved, not right this minute, when you feel so moved, to rise up out of your seat and to find a personal spot for your own silent reflection, perhaps out in the sukkah if you feel so inclined. And just as we sing Adonai Svatai Titach, when you're feeling ready to rise and to find your spot for personal reflection, please do so.
And it's raining.
That's okay.
So good thing we have a
Fortunately,
tent.
our sukkah
That's our
is
cover.
only the little middle part right there, but we have our sukkah sides that are nice and big and robust that can fit.
Halacha requires that you're able to see the sky. So we have a we have a spot where you can stand. You want to look up and get wet, then go back under the sukkah. So please rise.
Whenever you're feeling ready to. Whenever you're ready.
Let's take a quiet moment now. I enjoy the rain and the sky. Last year the snow brought the tent down.
For real?
Got new tents. Take the lulav in our right hand, swap it around, etrog in the left, and we'll say the prayer together.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu al tilat lulav.
And then you shake it forward, shake it to the right, backward, left, up, down, and then for all of you remember that, you can now do that now as you pass the
Yama, 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 yama to the west. Kima, 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 kima to the east. Sabon, sabon, sabon to the north. Negba, negba, negba to the south. All together. Spread it to the west. Spread it to the east. To the north. South. Yama, 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 yama to the west. Kima, 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 kima to the east. Sabon, sabon, sabon to the north. Negba, negba. Spread it to the west, spread it to the east, to the north, to the south. Yama, 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 yama to the west. Kima, 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 kima to the east. Sabon, sabon, sabon to the north. Negba, negba, negba to the south. Spread it to the east, to the north, to the south. Maya. You can keep shaking. We're gonna.
The solemn testimony to that unbroken faith which leads the generations to one to another. We call to mind those whose yard sites we observe this month. Paul Basis, Albert Blom, Scott Deutschman, Sal Duncan, Herman Efron, Leo Farber, James Farber, Joseph Field, Ignacio Frankfurt, Sam Fuhrer, Lee Fuhrer, Carl Lewis Gelfa, Jerry Gart, Kelly Gatschuk, Jay Gittleman, Frida Goldberg, Mark Goldberg, Yoram Gordon, Sophie Green, Gary Gross, Pauline Gus, Alan Kahn, Dorothy Katz, Belle Kaufman, Howard Kersner, Nancy Kidd, Shirley Kleinman, and Michael Cohen, Boris Lakoff, Sylvia Levinston, Max Levinstein, Marion Levy Kay, and Robert Levin, Victoria Levine, Dylan Lichtenstein, Marilyn Lipnick, Maurice Lipnick, Irving, Robert Lipsky, Wayne Lustig, Shirley Lynch, Maxton Margulies, and Bernice Miller, Sarah Moskowitz, Lois Nickerman, Sophie Newroff, Ann Orkin, Reva Papish, Madeline Parr, Harriet Pucker, Sylvia Pelkin, Norman Joseph Pelkin, Sandra L. Perchik, Erwin Perlman, and Sylvia Polchak. Odin Press, Julius Presser, George Riddell, Stanley Resnick, Beatrice Vera Rosen, and Nathan Rosenthal. Samuel Rothenberg, Sally Schechter, Ernest Scheller Sr., Martha Scrudders, Shirley Shane, Sylvia Shapiro, Lenore Shapiro, Charles Shapiro, and Richard Summers. Gerald Stein, Rose Stewart, Randy Waldman, and Francis Zaleski. If anyone else is observing yard site this month. Let's join together in the mourner's Kaddish as we say, Yitzradam, Yitzradam, Shem Rabba, Yalma, Yitzradam, if you like, Allah Bisman Kari Ramein. Yesh me Rabba Mivarach, Leolam, Umei Omaya, Yitzarach, Yishabach, Yishbahar, Yishabach, Yitzasei, Yitzadar, Yitzalev, Yitzalal, Shemei Dekushar, Burichu, Lamin Kol, Birchata, Vishirata, Tushbekata, Nechamata, Gamiram, Yalma, Vivramein, Yehe Shlomo, Rabba Vishavaya, V'chaim Aleinu, V'al Kol Yisrael, Vivramein, Oseh Shalom, Vivrama, Pluya, Oseh Shalom. On this kibbutz, we all help in putting things away. So, so let me ask Janet, where's Janet? Janet, how do you want to take this down? To the fruit stuff. Well, we should. Before we take it down and finish it, absolutely, we should be singing Hatikva tonight. Let's join together. Monday be a day when they're all free back in Israel. Adonai Osle Amo Yitena, Adonai Barakat Amo Shalom. The Lord grant strength into His people, all peoples. He grant us peace.
Amen.
We'll do Kiddush. How do you want to? What do you want taken down, or are we just going to do it on Monday?
If you want help take things down, I'm going to leave the tents up to dry out. But if you'd like to take things down, the decor, especially those yellow ribbons. They're all looped over. They're all tied and looped, so there's nothing that's impossible.
Is there a bag?
Yes, I'll bring a bag.
They can bring it inside.
Yeah, we can wait.
Baruch Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen chaim. Baruch Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'dei avot.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. What are you doing, God? We do what you don't have a lot. What are you doing, God? We do think that you have. What are you doing, God? We do what you don't have a lot. What are you doing, God? We do everything that you have.
So the wine, yeah. That's the wine. This is grape juice, and this is wine. Yeah, so that, those come down in one piece. They were put up in one piece and they come down.
Oh, okay.
So let me grab some scissors too.
whole thing comes down.
Not like